A frontrunner has emerged among the two contenders for a pivotal role on the opposition front bench, the Shadow Minister for Indigenous Australians. Anti-voice campaigner Jacinta Price has emerged as the favourite as the party grapples with internal divisions about the upcoming referendum.
It's said to be one of the highest profile jobs in Australian politics in 2023. But if South Australian Senator Kerryn Little wants to be Shadow Indigenous Australians Minister, she wasn't giving much away today.
If offered the job, you would take it as Shadow Indigenous Affairs Minister, you'd like it?
I haven't had any discussions about the job, and I'm focused on my job as a Liberal Senator for South Australia.
The other contender is Jacinta Price, but she too has only cautiously pitched for the big job.
Well, look, I can't say that I've put my hand up, and that's certainly a decision for the leadership to make in the coming days.
The country Liberal senator appears to be the favourite, despite her Northern Territory party being more closely aligned to the Nationals than the Liberals. She spent the past couple of days in Alice Springs beside opposition leader Peter Dutton.
I'm very, very grateful that there is an incredible amount of support around the country in terms of the role. As I said again, it is up to the leadership with regard to that particular role. My focus is certainly what's going on the ground at the moment, certainly in my community and throughout the Northern Territory right now.
Both Indigenous women support the Coalition's official position of opposing the voice. That's in stark contrast to Liberal Senate leader Simon Birmingham, who's made it clear he won't support the party line, prompting calls for him to follow Julian Leese's lead and quit the front bench.
I think if that is to be Simon's position, then I really do think this makes his position as opposition leader in the Senate and the front bench fairly untenable.
For National Senate leader Bridget McKenzie, he's treading carefully.
Those that want to campaign for yes will be going against both the Liberal and the National Party position. And obviously as shadow cabinet ministers, that would be untenable. Well, I've worked with Dermo for a very long time and he is a man of his word, and I'm sure that if he had a different view to shadow cabinet, then he would make the appropriate decision.
The government is revelling in the division within the opposition, effectively urging more Liberals to break ranks.
What I would like to see is Conservative politicians who support the voice, and there are plenty, feel empowered to speak up.
Meanwhile, the Indigenous Australians Minister has hit back at critics by outlining one thing the voice would not do: change the date of Australia Day.
It will certainly not be about making changes to things like Australia Day. That is an act of desperation to start talking about things like that. The Australian government has a very clear policy on Australia Day. We have no plans to change it, but we do believe that there needs to be a different way of marking that day.
Joel Phillips, Sky News, Canberra.